So the storms that we saw earlier today were remnants of that storm, right? But they kind of broke apart, thank goodness.
Yeah, they weakened, obviously, as they moved away from the center part of the nation. I mean, those storms had been going since this time yesterday evening, so eventually they do fall apart. They came through here with some gusty winds and heavy rainfall, obviously pretty noisy there in the mid-afternoon, early afternoon. Now we're kind of waiting for the cold front to approach now, and once that actually approaches, we do fully expect for new storms to ignite here this evening. You've walked outside, it's pretty juicy out. The atmosphere is certainly primed for a second round of storms. At the current moment, radar is pretty quiet for us here in the tri-state. Now, I am watching some storms to our southeast. I think these are going to stay away from most of the viewing area, but you can clearly look even at the structure of these storms here. They are certainly nasty and ugly looking storms and kind of speaks to the environment that we're dealing with out there at the moment, which is becoming increasingly favorable for severe weather. Now, currently we are not under a tornado watch. I do expect for us to be under a tornado watch later on this evening. There's a lot of thunderstorm activity out towards the west, out west of Indianapolis, even a tornado warning or two. This should generally stay north of I-70. What I'm keeping an eye on is anything in this corridor here that develops in central Indiana, and there are signs of storms attempting to go up. So with that in mind, obviously we've got the enhanced risk for severe weather around the tri-state through the evening and into the early overnight hours. Most of this should wrap up before or close to midnight, so it's not like an overnight deal. Look how temperatures have recovered out there. We're back into the mid-70s. That, of course, after the showers and storms we had early today. So let's talk about what we're facing here. Large hail a concern, certainly the threat for a few tornadoes out there as well, along with the threat for strong damaging winds. Here's how things will play out on Futurecast. I actually think we're pretty quiet here early this evening, probably through 7 or 8. Somewhere in that window, as you can see, it's pretty quiet across the tri-state. As we get into the evening hours, that's when storms will begin to move through. And anytime you have a discrete or lone storm that's being suggested across northern Kentucky, for example, these are the type of systems in which we're concerned about. In addition, some of those storms that will be rolling across our northern communities. Notice through 11 o'clock, it's storming out there. By midnight, the bulk of the activity is starting to push east, and I think the severe weather threat is starting to wind down. It may be as late as 1 a.m. before it completely clears everyone. Then it's quiet overnight. Early Wednesday looks pretty nice outside for us. The first half of the day should be quiet through noon, probably 3 or 4. And then tomorrow evening, we're likely to get more strong to possibly severe storms in here. I'm more concerned about this evening than I am tomorrow evening. But that said, there could be another round of storms. But I think tomorrow's severe threat will really, especially with the tornado threat, will be focused much farther to our south. We're at 75 right now. Look at that dew point. Very close to 70, so plenty of fuel for storms this evening. So we'll keep an eye on it. I think after 7 or so, it turns pretty stormy for several hours before things quiet down closer to midnight. Eventually, rain will fade. Mile 63 tonight. Tomorrow, partly sunny and warm with storms in the evening and tomorrow night. Here's a look at your day planner. Could get some stuff to pop up as early as late afternoon, but I really think it's a nighttime thing tomorrow with showers and storms. So with that in mind, I've left Wednesday as a weather impact day. There could be some scattered showers that linger into Thursday. And, well, if you're making plans for Mother's Day weekend, scattered rain chances in here on Saturday, but then it looks pretty nice. A little bit cooler in the 60s on Sunday for Mother's Day.
All right, Kevin, thanks so much.